What's up, YouTube? Haven't made a video in a while. I just thought I'd show y'all my fish tank because it's looking really nice. This doesn't really take a lot of work. A lot of people think that fish tanks are a lot harder than they really are. They think that they need to do a lot more work than they really do. All I say is what happens out in nature. Nobody's really changing the water. There's really just very little water changes. If you think about it, fresh water, maybe only 10% might get displaced and washed out. And also when it rains, there's actually more nutrients that flow into the water, so you actually have to replicate that. That's why we have liquid nutrients, stuff that dissolves in water that the plants need that would naturally flow into the water. So in reality, you don't need to take any water out of your fish tank ever, as long as you have a very deep substrate bed that's about 1.5 inches. It's good to go at least 2 inches. That's almost 2 inches right there. But you want it to be nice, deep and dark, and at the bottom it needs to be anaerobic. So you don't want to have this big pea gravel. That would actually make a large aerobic environment. There would be some anaerobic spots, I'm sure, but you want to have small little sand particles like there is out in nature, because there will be a humus layer. Over time, you will have a humus layer that will form the anaerobic bacteria that convert the last stage of nitrogen into a non-toxic form. It's the last stage that plants don't really like that much. You need to have plants, and yeah, just plants, deep substrate, and the 2 pieces of hardware that are 100% necessary. You don't need to get a weird looking filter. You don't need to get a heater. You don't need to get nothing. You just need to get a plant light, which will be your biggest expense, and an air pump. And that is all you need. I highly recommend these Fluval lights. They come in smaller versions, but they're up to $100 to $150. So some people will not be able to afford that, but I just recommend you save up, because this has been year 2 and I only changed the water when I've moved out. And they actually don't like it whenever, the plants and the fish don't like it when the water changes, because I don't know if you can see, but the water is quite clear. And all I have as the filter is aqua soil, and then I have a tube, and I just went, and then I made sure there wasn't in the bottom, and then I shoved it all the way to the bottom. That tube goes all the way down, and so it's slowly pulling, and it's doing the same nitrifying process that's happening down in the gravel, except it's constantly pulling. It's a little bit more aerobic. And also, since it's slow flow, you don't really get the big particulates out, but they end up settling down. So it's not really an issue unless you dig around in the tank. Like, I can stir up the water right now and there'll probably be some dust on the leaves, but I do that every once in a while anyways, just to get it in a more clean spot. Yeah, I just thought I'd show y'all this. I'm growing a little mulberry tree. I'm seeing if I can root it in the filter. This is a wild plant from outside. It's kind of a terrestrial and an aquatic plant. Yeah, we got some coolie loaches in here. You can't really see them right now, which is weird because there's like 20 of them. Let's see. Huh. That's weird. Yeah, they're all gone, but anyways, this is just perfect setup. Honestly, can't get any better than this. All you need, fish food. This is all the stuff that I have right here in this camera view right here. What I have here, this is to get the plants cycled before the algae gets cycled. So use Flourish Excel. It says it's for carbon dioxide, but it's really to kill algae. And I use a syringe to perfectly measure everything. Potassium. This one This one makes your plants look really, 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 really healthy. Makes their roots grow and their leaves go really green. And then I go the all spectrum nutrients. Kind of makes the algae bloom, but I'll just put some Excel in there. And then some Prime. Don't really need that here. It's for the other house. We got some algae wafers and some bug bites. That's all you really need.